Hey everyone, Lauren here, and we're going to have a bit of fun with some mixed media. So in the mixed media kit for September we got this beautiful stencil from Darkroom Door and then the Vicky Bouton metallic paints. So I'm just going to use some gel medium from my stash, and I'm just going to roughly put like a vertical line of these letters. I don't want it straight on the edges, so I'm just roughly eyeballing it, it's kind of like curve, but it's not curve. I want it to just have random distressed kind of edges. So I've cleaned it all off, dried it, and you can sort of see the shine from the letters, but I'm going to add some of the metallic paint. So this is the gunmetal, I was going to say flavour, no, the gunmetal colour, and I just squirted some water on. I'm just mixing that water in just to thin it out. I just want to use it sort of like a spray mist where to run. It doesn't run as easy as a spray mist until you add a lot of water. So you can see here I'm just dabbing some on with my paintbrush. I spray the bottle and go around. Now this is pattern paper and I haven't gessoed it, so I'm just being careful. You don't have to be too careful. I'm not, being really precious about it, but I'm just drying every now and then so that the water doesn't pool up and have heaps of it and make a rip in the page. But also drying the colour means that you get the layers of colours at the same time, so you can have some parts where where it's deeper and the other parts where the colour is a bit thinner and not as it's lighter and darker in shades. So I'm just going to continue dabbing and spraying. You can see I just make my paper move a little and that just gets the colour around. I'm sort of wanting to go over most of the gel medium letters, not precisely, so not all the letters get covered, but I want it to have that vertical line at the same time but with a bit of drippy edges, so that's where tilting the page comes in, because you can see that happens. And also when I'm heat gun, I do it for longer than I'm showing you, so I am cutting out some of it, but I'm just showing you that I use the heat gun to push the colour around as well, so that it becomes thicker in some parts on purpose, or a little bit more on purpose, not entirely a science, but I'm like, oh yep, I want to put the colour here and I want to put the colour there at the same time as I'm blowing with the heat gun. So you can see here I'm being a little bit more purposeful with my brush, but I do come in with my spray and spread that colour. So I'm just going to finish it off while I'm drying, mostly dry. I'm going to then add some ink splatters as such, or paint splatters. I'm just using the same paintbrush. I did water the colour down a little bit more, and I'm just splatting that on around the mass of mixed media-ness going on. So you can see here, it's not the right brush for splatters, so it's been a little bit of a hard thing, and I'm just being a little bit stubborn and not going to get a new one. Now this is a layer, just a 8.5 by 11, or is it 8.5 by 10? No, I want to say 11. Cardstock, and I'm just using that leftover colour there to make a background. And as I was making my 4 design team projects, I ended up making 3, maybe a 4th background that I haven't used yet. Okay, so it's all dry, coming back in. I'm just going to rip this edge. It was looking too straight and then with that beautiful mixed media going on, it just was going to be the wrong vibe. So I've ripped that edge, and I'm going to use this border strip from the cut apart sheet as the end of the paper. And look, it just looks so nice. And the other reason is that I can then bring in any colour I want, because it is all the colours of the collection. And voila. So pull out my ruler just so that I can make sure it's as close to 12 inches as possible. You know me, I'm not 100% precise, but as close as possible without it being an annoying struggle is my goal. So the paper, that the rainbow paper is not as wide as where I put the tape, but that's okay because I'm going to washi tape it down, and the double-sided tape will hold that washi tape in place. So there we go. Who would have thought I would have used the grey side when all those beautiful flowers are on the other side? Oh, sometimes I surprise myself. The paper in this collection and the ones that Steph chose for us in our kit is just amazing. They're a good combination. So I've just got this random photo of my son. He, just from Best and Less, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me right, found this gold chain in the clearance section and decided he had to have it, and he put it on straight away after we purchased it, and thought it was quite the best thing ever. So I've got my little cluster going on. I've decided I'm going to use the frames, and then I'm going to use them as a layering piece. So, but because that brown frame was bigger than the photo, I am going to back it with some blue paper, sort of like so that it can settle in with the background because of what's going on in the background in terms of the colours. And I don't get this back in the position I had it at the beginning, but that's okay, it works out well. We'll just pretend I didn't layer it like this, or like the way I did. And I've got that little sticker, the little ephemera piece that says The Good Life, and the beautiful pink frame here. And normally I would cut that frame in half and use the other half for something, but for some reason I was not thinking today, and leaving it on there obviously made it really easy to just washi tape it on there. So that was just like a little cheaty hack situation. So I'm going to layer this yellow piece, and I'm going to rip the edges, and it's just a little bit extra, and going to add some more of that vertical design happening. And I do come back in later and distress it. I didn't think about distressing it when I was putting it here, but you know, sometimes it's nice to think about things beforehand. But anyway, I did just wonder if I wanted to have this on there, but because it was going to be a big piece and then with only a thin edge, it wasn't going to see the rainbow raindrops, so it was just not going to be worthwhile. Now that the phrase sticker that says The Good Life, I'm just going to put in one of those little arrows to put in the word thug, so it's going to be The Good Thug Life. Just a little bit funny, a little bit of humour. Just having a little play. Now because, excuse me, that was a huge yawn. Because I had stuck it down already, I just used my scissors to distress it. It's obviously much easier if you don't stick it down and you can use your distress tool. But it's alright, we got there in the end. I wondered if I wanted to add these butterflies. I have not yet added a butterfly to a layout, which is a bit of an interesting thing for myself. I found these two little sprigs of flowers, just something little touch, and to bring in a bit of the colour. It's not like flowers obviously go with the thug life as such, but it's just something nice to bring it in and soften the page. Now I've got a little bit of a horizontal heart situation going on. Put the blue one here on the left, and then over where these flowers are, I'm going to put a darker bluey grey, and then this yellow one that's overlapped. Now I do run with this heart thing a bit more and have it as a feature. Sometimes it's just as simple as adding a few of the similar kind of shapes in different tones and whatever to get it working. Now this side of the page needed something, and I decided this is where I was going to put my journaling. So I just journal up the side. It's basically a Sharpie pen, but it's a felt tip pen. I don't know what brand, but if you want to know, let me know down in the comments, and I will have a look what brand it is. I'm not in my scrapbook room at the moment. I'm voiceovering on the couch. So just add a double line doodle border, and then I just rip the top of that yellow just a bit more to distress it, and add a tab here from the sticker sheet. Love tabs lately. it's just a nice feeling and a nice little pop of something. So I'm going to add these word stickers from the sticker sheet, add one here and then one underneath the second layering bit of paper, and decide if I want to put another one, chuck it up there, and another phrase up there, just 2 up the top and 2 down the bottom, just for a bit of symmetry. And then I staple this heart to the page, so a bit of green, so each heart is a different colour. And then I'm going to use this red one, and I won't be able to staple without opening my staple and doing it the hard way, but what I do is I staple it just to itself so that I can get the staples in the heart, and then I just glue it down, just holding it there for a few moments so that it sticks to the page. And then I'm just going to add some doodly lines to my heart, some dashes, some single line borders, and then some messy lined borders, just so that they stand out a bit more, and it goes with the border in the page and the grunge look that's going on. So I used just a normal black pen, a biro kind of pen, not a felt tip like I did my journaling. It didn't need to stand out that much. And this is my layout. So simple but very lovely effect. And hopefully you've enjoyed the video today and have some time to create with your own kit. Have a great day, guys. Bye.